Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Alabama. They score 37.9 points per game, and they allow about 11 points per game. Out for the title game is Anthony Jennings, Sean Hamilton, and Dylan Moses. Josh Jacobs, Hootie Jones, and Lester Connell all questionable. Those are the big questionable ones. On offense, they pass ball for 100. Jalen Hurts, especially leading. He's a quarterback. They throw for about 200 yards per game and about 2 touchdowns. And they throw about 23 times a game. They run it about 44 times a game for about 255 yards and 3 touchdowns. First downs per game, they average about 12 per game, and then they rarely turn over. They do about 1 per game. Not even 1 a game. On defense, they let up 160 yards passing per game, 92 rushing yards per game, and it's not that people aren't running on them. It's 33 attempts, so that's a high amount of attempts. They're allowing half a passing touchdown game and half a rushing touchdown per game. They let up under 253 yards, about 253 yards per game. So think about that stat. They get about 64 plays ran on them a game. 253 yards and 1.1 touchdowns total a game. Now, yeah, they let up extra points, and so that's like saying they're gonna score 7 points on 64 plays against you, and maybe get a field goal in there. John Hurts, he has 17 touchdowns, 2,100 yards, 1 interception. That's why the interception's so low. They've thrown 2 all year, 2 or 3, one of them. Rushing, Damian Harris has about 130 yards, 1,000 yards rushing. He'll break 1,000 yards this game most likely. John Hurts, 104, and Damian Harris has 11 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts has 148 yards times 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. Bo, 120 attempts, 573 yards, 8 touchdowns. They don't use much people a lot. Tua took someone's ankles earlier in the season. If he gets put in, I don't think he will be. Calvin Ridley will probably eclipse 1,000 yards and then go pro. He has about around 60 receptions, 935 yards, 4 touchdowns. Cam Sims, 14 receptions, 259 yards, 1 touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, the talented freshman, 13 yards, 13 attempts, 13 receptions, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. Henry Ruggs, 9, 205. Josh Jacobs, 14, 168, and 2. Bose has 16, 108, and 0. That's pretty much all. They're not. Irv Smith Jr. 14, 128, and 3. They're not using a tight end as much as they've used in years past. And that's probably just because of OJ Howard was 6'6", 250 or something like that. Some just freak. And then he was a freak of an athlete. Not like a JJ Watt type freak, but still enough of a freak to be oh, he's a freak. So on defense, you really don't want to play him. Sack wise, Raquan Davis has 7.5. Rashaan Evans has 6. Deshaun Hand has 3. Ronnie Harrison has 2.5. So does Sean Hamilton won't be playing. Levi Wallace, cornerback, has 2. Quinton Williams has 2. Jerron Payne has 1. But Anthony Jennings has 1 according to this. Don't know if these stats were updated before. Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, it was. Jerron Payne. Well, Mac Wilson has 4. Ronnie Hansen has 3, along with Levi Wallace. Hootie Jones, who is questionable. I think he went out in Auburn's game. Has 2. Minka has 1. Dylan Moses has 1. Jerron Payne, I think everyone remembers his 1. Oh, passing. I forgot someone on the passing yardage. Jerron Payne, 1 reception, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. I forgot. I'm sorry I disrespected the big boys. Big boys. Everywhere. Minka Fitzpatrick, Dylan Moses, Deron Payne, as we all remember. Anthony Avery and Deontay Thomason all have 1. The tackle for losses, Rashawn Evans leads with 11.5. Quan Davis has 9. Minka has 7, which is impressive because he's a second defensive back. I was trying to think of what to call him. Defensive back was the best. Quinton Williams has 6 along with Anthony Jennings. Dylan Moses, Sean Deion Hamilton, Levi Wallace, Ronnie Harrison have 5.5, 5.5, 4.5, 3.5. Sean Hayden has 3.5, along with Johnny Dwight. Don't know who he is. Xavier Bugs has 3. LeBron Ray has 2.5. Get it. We get the point. A lot of people have tackles for loss. 27 people have at least 1. Fumbles, forced fumbles. Avery Jennings leads with 2. Sean Evans has 1, along with Dylan Moses, Sean Deion Hamilton, Joshua Frazier, and Christopher Allen. Who's that? You see, linebacker that I've never heard of. So as we look him up, let's see. This is his freshman campaign. Have no clue. 4-star recruit. Damn. Okay, so maybe I should pay attention to this kid next time. Let's see. Fumble recoveries. Sean Evans, Quan Davis, Keith Holcomb, Deron Payne, and Bo Scarborough all have 1. Which means someone. Kicking. Punt returns. It's Isaiah Buggs. Well, Henry Ruggs does kickoffs, and he averages about 18.4. No touchdowns. And Trevon Diggs handles, and Xavier Marks will handle the. They handle They handle the punt returns. They dual split. Henry Ruggs is gone. Looks back there. Damian Harris blocked a punt once. Eddie Papanos is perfect on extra points. 16 for 21 on field goal kicking, and that makes me want to die inside. As a Bama fan, that makes me want to die on the inside. Punts. J.K. Scott, love him. Wish he wasn't a senior. Wish we could just keep adding college eligibility on. 48 punts, 2,035 yards, 42-yard average. Bunch of yards. We want to talk splits because I feel like people like talking about this. There's just AP ranked teams. So versus ranked teams, they have played 6 games. They throw only for about 124 yards per game. They have 6 touchdowns, but they haven't lost any fumbles or even half of them. In the rushing game, they have versus AP ranked teams. They rush for about 140 yards per game. They have 7 touchdowns. If they win, when they win and wins, they have, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. November, the rushing game went down, and even in what am I doing? Please just ignore that. My nail is being annoying to me. And then, when it's closer, they have 200, and then if they get 280, 270 yards, we're playing with 270 yards, I would say that they would probably have a good chance to win this because that's when in September, they had 315 rushing yards. October, they had 270. So I think if they get to 270, they have a really good chance to win it. Passing-wise, I do then also think if they can get to that 200 margin, because in games where they've won, if they can get the 190, they're good. because that's what they've been averaging through the year. About 190 per game. And I think they get that. But I think if they can get 270 rushing yards, because they only had 141, but they were set up by great field position a lot. Like, think about one of their touchdowns. One of their touchdowns was just recovery. One of their touchdowns was set up very beautifully like that, and then they missed points too. So like, I think that happens. Thank you for watching. If you come back on Monday, we're gonna talk about Georgia, and then we're probably gonna compare how Georgia then stacks up against Bama, how Bama stacks up against Georgia, because that's very important to this game. Because everyone said it like, oh, Georgia's a running team, so they'll stack up nicely in how Alabama plays defense. They stop the run, and people claim Bama gets exposed in the second day, but I'm looking at prospects for drafts. Minka Fitzpatrick and Ronnie Harrison are both very high on like safety boards. So like top 5 each of them are. And the respective ones, free safety instructions. Quarterbacks, top 10 on most boards that I could find. On the most boards I could find, that was the case. I may have not been able to find the most boards because it's so early. That's what I found, and I'm working on it, watching tape. So, yeah. We're gonna start like the draft ones. I have no notes for me, so I don't miss my video. So I know what I'm doing every video. Yeah, we're gonna be starting the in about end of February. We're gonna start I'm gonna give a channel update. I have time in this video. So as I said, Monday's talking about Georgia. We're gonna start with the recruiting. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the championship game, and then talk about my prediction. And then I told you guys I was gonna do we're gonna talk about like topics. I have a list already formed. And we're gonna do more recruiting. Most of February is gonna be like that. February is a bulk of that, and then like March and April, it's just all draft. So if you don't care about drafting or any of this, if you're only here for the regular season, FYI, I'm taking back my video from yesterday. UFC is not my champion. And you may be like, Max, who cares? No, you said that. Like you said, it doesn't hurt anyone. But here's the thing. Think about it. We've created this system, right? And suddenly, UCF is gonna take it. Yeah, now I'm okay with it, but they're not like a champion. I'm not gonna go. I get people saying like it's just a weird stance to take because they didn't really play anyone. If they want to play if they want to claim it, everyone's claimed titles. Who cares? I don't really have a strong opinion. And if they're paying their coaches, that's on them. They're gonna pay their coaches that. They're paying their coaches like $350,000 in total, which is a lot for like a school like that. And they're all leaving them. So who cares? Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment on this video. Give me a take on this. How you think the championship game's gonna go? Someone commented and gave me a response to what their opinion on the UCF. Forget who you are, but thank you for the person who was. They seemed animated too. Thank you for watching. Bye.